First, the Prime Minister, Mr Turnbull, good morning.
Good morning.
Prime Minister, Manus Island, we've got 850 people there with nowhere to go. How much have we paid Papua New Guinea for this?
Well, it's been many millions of dollars. Can I just say, Neil, it's important to remember that those men are there because of the failure of the Labor Party, which in government abandoned the effective border protection policies of John Howard. I begged Kevin Rudd not to do it. I was opposition leader at the time. Kevin and the Labor were convinced that you could change our border protection policies and nothing would happen. But we got 50,000 arrivals, thousands drowned at sea, billions of dollars of expense, endless tragedies created by a failure of policy, and now you see the Labor Party divided over it again.
But we have a problem here and now. We've paid millions of dollars, which arguably might have been wasted because they might have to leave. Is there any circumstances under which these people will come to Australia?
Absolutely none. None. I want to be crystal clear on this. Those people at Manus will not come to Australia.
Where will they go?
Stop.
Where will they go?
They can go home. They can go back to Iran. They can go back to their countries of origin. Some of them have. We've given them encouragement to do so. They can settle in PNG, those that have been found to be refugees, and we've obviously sought to find them settlement in third countries. But if we want to keep our borders secure, if we want to ensure that people smugglers do not go back into business, then we have to be absolutely resolute on this. If you come to Australia with a people smuggler, or try to come to Australia with a people smuggler, you will not settle in Australia.
What third countries are you looking at?
Well, as you know, we've had discussions with a number of countries. Obviously, there's been some progress with Cambodia. There's a range of them.
Is New Zealand on the list? Because when I was over there, they told me they were willing to take people.
We have had discussions with New Zealand, but we have to be very clear that settlement in a country like New Zealand, for example, would be seen but would be used by the people smugglers as a marketing opportunity. I mean, I know this is a tough issue, Neil, and that's why, but we have to be very, very clear-eyed about this. We can't afford to let the empathy that we feel for the desperate circumstances that many people find themselves in to cloud our judgment. Our national security has to come first.
Is there a possibility we're going to have to pay compensation to these people? The reports are it could be upwards of $1 billion.
I don't give credence to those claims. No.
You'd be resisting compensation, presumably.
Well, of course, but I've seen those reports. I think they are entirely speculative.
We believe some of the people on Manus are in fact Syrian refugees. Is that correct?
I can't confirm that for you.
Do you believe any of them are dangerous?
Neil, all of those people have had security assessments by the PNG authorities, but again, I can't confirm. I can't tell you whether some have got security issues more than others.
Have we wasted millions of dollars here?
We have spent let me just put it this way. The Labor Party wasted billions of dollars, not millions, billions and billions of dollars by abandoning a border protection policy that worked. And this is very important. We're not talking about theoretical issues here or hypothetical issues. Labor has form. Kevin Rudd, when he ran in 2007, said he'd be strong on border protection, and he said he'd turn back boats. He got into office. He dismantled John Howard's policy. We begged him not to. I begged him not to. I predicted
but in fairness,
this would
Labor's
happen.
policy now is pretty much in line with yours.
But you cannot trust them, Neil. They said they would do the right thing. They said they'd keep our borders secure before they got into office in 2007. Labor's agenda on this is driven by the left of the Labor Party. You've seen a number of them breaking ranks, criticising Shorten's supposed position, and of course they're driven by their need to be competitive with the Greens. So you would have to back hope over experience if you thought a Labor government would be safe on borders. Their track record is woeful.
This is sounding like your Tampa moment with that rhetoric, is it?
Well, I'm not into that sort of self-analysis.
No, but you're jumping on it politically, obviously.
Well, it is Neil. This is a big issue that has been raised, that's come up because of the court decision in PNG. But let me say to you, the big issue for us for the government, for the nation, is implementing, completing our national plan for our economy. Our economic plan is the key. Now, what we have set out is one measure after another, one program after another, whether it's investing in our defence industries, whether it's investing in infrastructure, which sets out, which drives jobs and growth. We'll have our tax policies set out in the budget next week, and you'll see that we'll be driving jobs and growth, having a tax system that supports that, and we'll be living within our means. That's the key.
I was going to ask you that. You're an old journo. What's the headline in the budget? Well, you're not going to tell me what's in it, but what do you want people to be saying about it the day after?
Jobs and growth. I want people will look at that budget and they'll say, this is a government that is determined to ensure that my children and my grandchildren have great jobs in the future, that we will enjoy all of the benefits of this exciting 21st century economy, this big global economy, and the government is on the case, ensuring that all of the levers of government are pulling in the direction of jobs and growth.
Prime Minister, we did hear this when you were elected about 8 months ago, and we are in a formal election campaign. Obviously, your popularity's down, the government's level pecking in the polls. You've gone back significantly since you took over the Prime Minister. Why this failure?
Well, let's wait till the election. But Neil, let me just say this to you.
But you'd agree you've gone backwards.
Well, Neil, you can read the polls and so can I. The numbers I want to read is continuing growth in our economy. And you know what? The numbers are good. 26,000 jobs last month. Well,
but the polls were crucial to you when Tony Abbott was being replaced. Why aren't they important now?
The critical numbers are the employment numbers. And of course we all look at the polls. But you know something? We glance at them. They're a snapshot in time. The critical thing and the issue for the people of Melbourne today, for example, stuck in traffic, they're going to be asking, where is the investment to ensure that I can get to work, that I don't have to spend hours every day commuting? Where's the investment? What are governments doing about that?